And what is the process like if, like if somebody's going to get into your services, or you have to fill out applications or stuff like that?
Actually, what we do is once the physician has given us an order for us to be able to go and evaluate the patient, we will go to their home and cover all of that paperwork with them in their home.
Oh, that's
And
good.
we go over their medications with them. We go over what services the doctor has ordered, what we can provide, and talk to them about how long. We usually let them know about how long that initial visit's going to last. Try to let them know the name of the people that are going to be coming into their home and what we're going to provide. And normally we try to leave a calendar with them,
Oh, that's
because
good.
if a patient, especially if a patient has just come out of the hospital, they may need a lot of services in the beginning.
Right.
And so they may have a lot of people coming in and out of their home.
Exactly.
So that calendar is very beneficial to them to know kind of when people are coming or when they're not.
Right, and you never know which situation it's going to be. Maybe somebody can't walk, or maybe somebody can't get around. And that means so much to those folks. That helping hand being there and just showing that compassion, like I said before. I really am thankful for this service, because, you shouldn't take it for granted that they're there for you and they want to help people. How long have you been with the Seton Home Health?
I've actually been with Seton Home Health 18 years.
18
Yes.
years.
I started with St. Joe's London, which at that time was Marymount Medical Center, and then transferred to Home Health. And during my nursing, when I went into nursing as a calling.
Right.
I felt that was where the Lord wanted me to be.
Oh, yes.
And when I transferred from the hospital environment to Home Health, to me, it was the epitome of what nursing needed to be, because it's much more holistic.
Right.
It's very hard to talk to patients about controlling their congestive heart failure, or controlling their diabetes, or getting them back on their feet after they've had that knee surgery.
Right.
When you have no idea what their home looks like. If you don't know that they have 5 stairs going into their house that they need to be able to get up and down in order to check the mail, that makes a difference as to what you're going to do for them and what kind of training you need to give them for them to get back on their feet.
Right. And I'm very sure within the 18-year period, you've seen so many families that have been touched and helped and brought hope to through and by the hospice and things like that.
And I've been touched myself.
Right.
Because these are families in our community. And I've lived in London all my life. I've never lived anywhere else, have no desire to live anywhere else. And
Right.
so these are the people of my community. And, I'm blessed that my mother does wonderful right now, but she's 76 years old. And I'm very thankful that if the time comes and I need assistance, then I know that these services are out there even for my own loved ones.
And it's so wonderful that we can reach out to our community, our fellow brothers and sisters right here in London and just the surrounding town, and just showing that concept of, hey, I care for you and I want to help you and I want to do all I can do, And within 18 years, I'm sure that countless families have seen your services put to work in such a mighty fashion. You've been there for people.
We do our very level best to do everything that we can. There are restrictions. If the physician has specific orders, specific things he wants done, then we have to go by those physician's orders.
Right.
But we want to work with families, because our number one thing with hospice, that's a trying time.
Right.
People are going through something that they never asked to go through.
Right.
And they need that support. They need to be able to say, these people are there for me and they're going to help me get through this with the best quality of life I can possibly get. And with home health, those patients are looking at, how can I stay in my home? How can I get better? How can I be able to be as independent as I possibly can?
Right.
Because all of us go through things. I could have a car accident on my way home and break my leg, or break, my arm and my leg, and have to recover from that. Well, I have an 8-year-old son. I want to be able to get back to the way I am today.
Right.
And there's only, so much that goes on in the hospital. When you go home, you need more help. You need to be able to get back on your feet. You need to be able to be taught how to manage your life during that time frame.
And wouldn't you agree with me, it's so reassuring to somebody when they think, I can stay at home, I don't have to leave my home. A lot of folk that's a fear to them. Not to be in a strange place or somewhere where they don't feel comfortable. You bring the services right to their front door.
And we are providing more and more services in the home. We're providing physical therapy in the home. We're providing occupational therapy, speech therapy in the home.
Wonderful.
And there comes a time that a patient will often progress past us. You know, they have gotten well enough that they need something more aggressive. They need to go to outpatient physical therapy, or they need those outpatient services. But in the meantime, we can get them to that spot. You know, and it's a wonderful service, and it's a very beneficial service to them in order to be able to be maintained at home and to be able to get back to where they want to be.